Yo, what's up, boys, girls, and squirrels? It's your boy, Isaiah the Yonko. And today we're going to talk about the first ever Five Nights at Freddy's fan film. I don't know why I put this in. This has nothing to do with the whatever. First off, we got a show. This video is sponsored by me. Go like and subscribe. I'm gonna start touching your mother in places she doesn't want me touching, like the kitchen. I am a terrible cook. Anyway, the original Five Nights at Freddy's fan film. Well, I say original because even though it's not on YouTube anymore, since the creator kind of just disappeared, it says the publication date on like an archive website that I have is it says 2015 January 4th, which is crazy because that means this movie came out in between FNAF 2 and FNAF 3. But enough diddling kids like Diddy, let's actually just get into the film.
Good morning, everybody. Well, to whoever's watching.
I'm sorry, is that a Brit? I hear? No, but seriously, let's talk about this. This film came out when I was 9 years old, going on to 10, and when I was 9, I just didn't know British people existed. So for the last 10 years, I thought this film took place in America, but in actuality, it's implied that it takes place in the UK, which makes more sense. Seriously, the amount of weird predictions this FNAF film does, not only for the FNAF franchise, but also for the actual movie, is insane. Now, I'm 100% sure they didn't make this movie thinking Michael Afton was going to be British. Again, it came out in between FNAF 2 and 3. We didn't even get a confirmed voice for William at that point. Anyway, so we get introduced to Mike Schmidt. It's explained to us that he's getting really excited for this new job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria.
Oh, mother.
Oh, afternoon. Doing?
I'm just trying to get into the habit of filming everything. You know, it seems to be what everyone does to remember the good times these days.
Wow, 2015 nostalgia was hitting even back then. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so we get the title card. And I should probably talk about this. This movie is half found footage, half actual film. And I think this is like the best approach to making a FNAF film. I'm not even gonna lie. Remember, this was made in 2015. The whole FNAF VHS thing didn't even pop off until maybe like a year after that. So anyway, Mike goes to the pizzeria and holy shit, is that FNAF at Freddy's in real life?
Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where I wanna be. Five Nights at Freddy's.
So we meet shit, what's his name? So yeah, this character does not even get a name in the movie, but he's really important, weirdly enough, because he's not Phone Guy. They actually go out of their way to make sure that you know he's not Phone Guy. I want to say Faz Manager, I don't know. Regardless, he says some ominous shit and then fucks off like any good British person would.
Okay, so I have no idea what that was all about just now, but here's my office. Let's get to it, I guess.
Look, this movie was clearly made in his house, alright? So I'm not gonna dog on the fact that The Office doesn't really look that good. I also want to talk about a trope that literally all FNAF fan films do, and even the movie did, and that is the security guard sleeps on the first night. Like, I'm not even joking, every FNAF fan film I've ever seen, including the actual fucking movie, the security guard sleeps on the first night. And at first, I was like, well, maybe it's because they want to give a good excuse on why they keep coming back, at least for a second night. But each time they do this trope, weird shit happens anyway, so I still am a little confused.
Long night?
Yeah, pretty long.
Are you really working in that pizza place in town?
Sure am.
What about those things?
What about them?
You know kids have died there, right?
Look, a kid went missing a few years ago, but he was never found. How do you know about that anyway?
Just watch yourself. You don't hear what those things say.
Hold on, is that Mike's sister? Okay, let me get this right. Not only did this genius beans on toast eater predict that Michael Afton was gonna be British, but that he was gonna have a fucking sister?
Listen, that one was always a bit twitchy.
Probably should talk about it since it's here and I don't have another good time to talk about it. Remember, this was made in between FNAF 2 and 3, okay, of those release dates, and we never really had actual good, faithful models to the animatronics back then. We only had those SFM models that clearly looked like they weren't even from the game. And again, he also probably filmed this in his house, so obviously he's probably using the restaurant model for a source filmmaker. So yeah, do the models look like ass? Kinda. but also he does use models from the actual game, and actually from multiple games, because he uses FNAF 1 models and FNAF 2 models in a very clearly FNAF 1 short film. After that nothing burger of a second night, Mike goes back for a third out of pure curiosity at this point.
Safe. Kid!
Like, for real, this guy was ahead of his fucking time. Anyway, so Mike continues to venture out in the pizzeria like a dumbass, and then he gets caught by your boy Foxy.
Hello?
Anyway, so Mike somehow survives even though a 200-pound animatronic just lunged at him, and he leaves the pizzeria like any rational human being would. Anyway, so after Mike takes a bunch of perk 30s, he eventually realizes that the actual truth about Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is that the kids are in the animatronics. I actually prefer it that Mike figures it out by himself instead of someone just telling him. I don't know, because it's not that hard to infer based off the surrounding evidence of you almost dying. Anyway, so after being a Karen and talking to his own manager, he then goes to sleep and well, I mean, this isn't the worst way to do the FNAF 2 minigames in a movie. It's not the best way either. Could just do an actual arcade, but I'll let it slide. Okay, I actually do like this approach to describing the missing kids as ghosts. Like, don't get me wrong, obviously in the actual FNAF movie, they're a ghost. But like, come on, you know when you hear ghost, you don't just think, oh, ooh, they show up. It's whispering. It's that weird buzzing in your ear. So basically, I like it when the ghost children are acting fucking creepy. Like, even in the first game, they kind of had this with the moaning that you could hear, or the carousel randomly turning on, or even the Freddy laugh being off a little. It's just those little details that this fan film does that the real movie actually just didn't do.
Employee said the robots started to move on their own.
How many kids?
I think it was about 5.
Save us.
No.
I'm sorry, that's just fucking cool. If I ever make a FNAF fan film, I'm stealing this goddamn idea. The implication that the reason why you spend Five Nights at Freddy's is not even by choice, by them going to your home and forcing you to be there or else, is fucking insane, and I love it. Also, something I realized while making this video that I'm probably gonna like be annoying about later is I'm pretty sure the filming of this was right after FNAF 3 was released, but the trailer was released before FNAF 3. So I'm sorry for that little bit of misinformation.
I said I wouldn't come back here. Oh, you sons of bitches.
Anyway, so for the rest of the fourth night, it's really just Mike walking around and trying not to die. And even though that's not really the best recap of it, I'm assuming you've already watched the film, right? You've watched it? I hope you have. It's still on YouTube. Someone archived it. Watch the fucking film first before you watch my video, please. But anyway, let's get on to the fifth night.
Mike, what are you doing?
Mike goes back to the manager and talks about how you just kind of spawned into the office after saying that you kind of just didn't want to be back there. And the manager gives him the keys to Freddy's. He goes during the day and he picks up the security tapes from FNAF 3.
Freaking smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
I think I'm starting to put all the pieces together. Everything the spirits of the children have shown me in visions and in dreams.
So, Mike Schmidt finally figures out the hauntings and horrors of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. And in doing that, he decides to go back for one final fifth night. He also decides to burn down the pizzeria. I don't know how he came to this conclusion as a way to save them, but you know what? Pop off, Queen.
There it is. The Golden Freddy suit. I have to finish this.
What? Why is he in the bathroom? Like, no, seriously, this is the only thing I'm gonna complain about this actual movie. Like, the only thing I'm complaining about is because it used to be a theory that he was in the kitchen. That was the original theory, so I don't know why he's in the bathroom. Anyways, so the ending to this movie is actually pretty fucking awesome and sweet, so I'm just like play it out straight.
Doesn't look like there's any way I'm getting out of here. You've got me trapped, but it's too late. Because I made a promise to the kids, to the broken families that lost them, that I will not allow this place to stand. So if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me.
Okay, a few things here. Again, the amount of things he indirectly predicts in this series without actually knowing is insane. First off, if you believe that Michael Afton is the one we play in FNAF 3, then that means he indirectly predicted Michael Afton versus William in FNAF 3. He also, weirdly enough, it's okay. Honestly, this movie was great. This fan film means a lot to me because it was the first FNAF fan film I've ever seen, and also the first FNAF film I think that was ever created. Again, I think the trailer was made right before FNAF 3, but the actual film itself was finished after FNAF 3 came out. So, again, I'm pretty sure this is like the earliest FNAF fan film ever. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. My overall synopsis of this whole thing is it's great. Honestly, yeah. Were there like a few things here and there that honestly could have been polished? I think if it was an actual feature-length film, a lot of the plot points wouldn't have been as quickly rushed. I think the acting was a little but for its time, it was actually pretty great. Obviously, the visuals aren't really that good. You got to remember, back in 2015, the only models we had were the models shown in like the film itself, so they weren't really convincing models. But I bet if he ever came back, Jake Pond, I don't know where you are, and if you're watching this, I just want you to know, again, off chance, by like the slimmest chance you're watching this, if you ever come back and you ever decide to remake this, it's probably going to be great. And all I can ask is if you make it a feature-length fan film, because this is really good. It is such a time capsule of not only like what the fandom was back then, because again, this is how the story went for most of the fans. This is what it was with the first 3 games. There wasn't Remnant, there was no Mimic, there wasn't a Tiger Rock, there wasn't William Afton. Like, this was back when we didn't know who the killer was. This was back when we didn't know anything about Mike Schmidt. It was just, that's who he was. He was Mike Schmidt, not Michael Afton, not anyone else. It was just Mike Schmidt. And this is back when we didn't know the kids' names, so they were still like vague. You know, this is back when we just didn't know anything. When we thought FNAF 3 was the end. and it was a beautiful ending. Now, am I gonna sit here and think and tell you FNAF would have been better if it had FNAF 3? Hell no. I think FNAF is still a good story. I think. Honestly, I really don't mind if you interpret FNAF. If you, in your heart, wanted to end at 3, go for it. I think it still should, like, keep going. I like the story. Do I want the story of FNAF to end? No. Do I know it will someday? Yes. But hey, you know, that's just how it is. Sorry for the ramble. The next few videos, I know I'm gonna do an Undertale video. I know I want to do a Deltarune live stream. I do want to do a FNAF rewrite eventually, so if you guys want to see that, hit the like and subscribe, you know. And and I can't really plug anything for Jake Pond, because when I tell you this guy is wiped off the face of the fucking earth, he really is. I don't know where the hell this nigga is at. Like, I don't know, I think maybe his Instagram, but I don't even know if that's like a valid Instagram. Like, Jake Pond, where are you, dude? Where is this guy? Like, I had to use an archive machine just so I can, like, find the trailer, but I don't know where Jake Pond is. Like again, also using the archive machine, a fucking fly, like, flew into my drink and I want to kill myself. What the hell? But yeah, using the archive machine. Now I don't want to fucking use it now. I have to. Yeah, he fucking removed his Twitter. Where is Jake Pond? Facebook? Instagram? I can't find him. Anyway, again, sorry for the long ass outro. See y'all later. Bye bye.